My name is Samuel Reed, and at 82 years old, I thought losing my wife would be the hardest thing I'd ever survive. I was wrong. The hardest part came afterward. When the grandson I helped raise started treating me less like family, and more like an obstacle standing between him and my house. Before I tell you how my own grandson nearly tricked me into surrendering everything I spent my life building, make sure to subscribe. Because growing older teaches you something painful. Sometimes greed waits patiently inside families. My wife Margaret and I were married 53 years. We raised 3 children in a modest brick house outside Nashville. It wasn't luxurious, but it was ours. Every room carried memories. Christmas mornings, birthday dinners, grandchildren running through hallways. Life after Margaret died, silence swallowed the house whole. Anyone who loses a lifelong partner understands this. The world keeps moving, but inside your home time feels frozen. That's when my grandson Tyler offered to move in temporarily. At first I felt grateful. Tyler was 28, recently unemployed, charming when he wanted to be. And honestly, I liked the company. He helped with groceries, yard work, technology. The house felt alive again. For a while, then little things started changing. Tyler became increasingly interested in finances, property taxes, insurance policies, home values. One afternoon, he casually asked, "Grandpa, have you ever considered assisted living?" I laughed. "I'm still perfectly capable of living here." Tyler smiled. "Of course, just thinking long term." Long term. That phrase would haunt me later. Over time, Tyler grew strangely controlling. He insisted on helping with banking, started sorting my mail, suggested simplifying my accounts. Then came comments about memory. "You already told me that story. You forgot where you left your glasses again." Small things, but constant. Slowly, he planted the idea that I was declining, not only in my mind, but in the minds of others, neighbors, doctors, relatives. One evening, I overheard Tyler talking to someone in the garage. If he moves into a facility, selling the house becomes easy. My blood ran cold. Facility. Easy. As if my entire life could be reduced to a real estate transaction. That night I barely slept. And for the first time, I truly looked at my grandson differently. Not as family. As someone evaluating assets. The next few weeks became increasingly disturbing. Tyler scheduled appointments I didn't ask for. Mentioned power of attorney. Encouraged me to sign temporary assistance forms. I pretended to cooperate, because deep down I needed proof. One afternoon, Tyler brought a real estate agent to the house while claiming they were family friends. The agent openly discussed renovation value, kitchen upgrades, market pricing, right in front of me. As if I were already gone. Humiliation at old age feels different. You realize society quietly expects elderly people to disappear politely. I refused. Instead, I contacted my longtime attorney. Together, we created a strategy. Tyler believed I was confused, so I let him keep believing it. Meanwhile, security cameras documented everything. Every conversation, every pressure tactic, every financial discussion, and eventually, every lie. The final straw came when Tyler placed power of attorney paperwork in front of me. "Just routine protection," he explained. Routine. Such a harmless word for surrendering control of your entire life. I calmly asked, "And if I refuse?" Tyler sighed impatiently. "Grandpa, you're getting older. People are starting to worry about your judgment." There it was. The threat. Subtle. Polita. But unmistakable. The confrontation happened 2 days later. My attorney arrived unexpectedly while Tyler was discussing listing timelines with a realtor. The look on Tyler's face when confronted with security footage is something I'll never forget. Shock. Then panic. Then anger. "You don't understand," he shouted. "I'm drowning financially." And finally, the truth emerged. Debt, massive debt. Sports gambling. Credit cards. Personal loans. My house wasn't sentimental to him. It was escape. Tyler cried afterward. Real tears. And honestly, that made everything even sadder. Because beneath the manipulation was still the little boy Margaret and I once took fishing every summer. But love does not erase accountability. Tyler eventually faced legal consequences for attempted financial exploitation. Some relatives thought I was too harsh. Maybe. But protecting yourself isn't cruelty. Especially when age makes you vulnerable. Today, I still live independently in the same brick house. Margaret and I bought in 1971. Her piano still sits in the living room. Her recipes still fill kitchen drawers. And every evening I sit on the porch watching sunsets exactly the way we used to together. Before Margaret died, she once told me, "Growing old doesn't mean giving people permission to decide your value." I understand that now more than ever. Have you ever experienced manipulation from someone inside your own family? Tell me in the comments below. And if this story touched you, please like and subscribe. Because sometimes the strongest thing an elderly person can say is one simple word: "No,